Welcome, everybody, to the 23rd day of the 31 days of May, as that means it's now time for a little bit of Cornellverse action. As we're still in the Queens of American Wrestling, and it's time for the Big City Breakdown tonight, where we've got some pre-booking going on, as we've got it set up Alina America defending her World Championship against Suzanne Brazzle, Danielle Sweetheart versus Pamela Rojo, from their team going badly last month, Modesty versus Little Miss Perfect, in a match where now there is no time limit, and the Shockwave title will be on the line for the entire match. Perez and Torres getting their tag title shot, and Tex-Mex versus Foxy LaRue, and the debuting Tameka Sky as a result of her, basically saving your friend of mine, Foxy LaRue, in their match last month. So, as we go ahead, we'll go ahead and first, which I thought I already did, but hey, these things happen. Yeah, all right. And now it's time for the actual show, so let's get rolling. I'll see if there's any backstage segments or anything wacky like that going on as this loads up. All right, so backstage incidents. We've got Pamela Rojo and Farrah Hesketh. Okay, wrestlers. Yeah, okay. And Suzanne Brazzle. I mean, sure. It actually works out well because honestly, she's coming here as far as a retirement run. So first, let's start off with our main event. It's going to go only 13 minutes. Brazzle's going over. Bomb's doing some gimmicks here, and this isn't even going to be even match. This is just America going over strong, and this is just a quick 1 minute segment. Well, I don't care. Guess what? America's our girl, and you're not. So now we got Danielle Sweetheart taking on Pamela Rojo, and here's what's going to happen: is first, I need to edit the storyline here. No, okay, Rojo's already part of it. Okay, so I don't need to edit the storyline. As what's going to happen here is these two women are going to have a fun little match. They fight for 20 minutes. Do any of them have the psych? She's at 72. Sweetheart is at 79, so unfortunately not. But still, this is going to go to a open match. It's going to go to a time limit draw. And we're going to put Hesketh on the show. Here, let me do a slow build. Did I miss slow build? Yeah, here we go. So this will be a slow build, and now, okay, that's a lot better. And there we go. All right, so that'll be that match. Then we have our tag title match. And here's the thing. I was thinking of a way to keep the titles on the Rage for a little while longer, but it's time for them to do the drop here. Mr. Bomb can go over. And yeah, Pinky Perez gets the win here. Open match. Let's have him try to steal the show, but just a straight up pinfall win here, as we have new QAW Tag Team Champions. And then we do some more pre-booking. All right, so Modesty versus Little Miss Perfect for the Shockwave title. This will, again, put over this segment, will go 13 minutes, but what's going to happen is Little Miss Perfect is going to keep the title when you have a bit of outside interference from Raquel Alvarado. All right, just to double check, she is a heel. Yeah, okay. And I'll explain the storyline a little later. And our last pre-booked match is going to be Tex-Mex taking on the new team of Foxy LaRue and Tameka Sky. Oops, let me actually try that again. Yeah, okay. And then this is only going to go 12 minutes, as Tameka Sky is going to get the win here. Open match. Tameka Sky gets to look dominant. And a pinfall finish. As there's a new sheriff town. And there we go. All right, so now we have that. So now for the rest of our show. So next. Suit already booked. So actually Grover can take on Breezy. Did I already do this match? I feel like I did, but let me just make sure. No, I didn't. Okay, so this can be a straight up singles match. And this can be Grover going over with a decisive win here. That storyline. Um, yeah. I don't know if we look at our booking analysis. Okay, so MMA, of course, lost last month. Neither show. When Hurricane got a big win over Hellcat Hernandez. And then we got a lot of undercard stuff going on. So I think what we'll do here is a four corners match. And it's going to be Barden of Stormfront, Alicia Luck of the Clenched Fist, Sona Shah of Stormfront, and I think. And then to round up the baby faces, we're also going to throw in Darkness Cat. That's going to go 12 minutes, and the winner of the match is going to be Felicia Luck getting the win over Sona Shah. Open match, decisive win. There we have a tag team match. That's going to be Ava and Snyder taking on the babyface team, Alexis Lee Littlefeather and One Hurricane. And we'll have Ava going over Alexis. It's not a draw, come on. Open match. But a decisive win here. That can be a little bit higher on the card. Yeah, I want some here. This can go up. There we go. All right. So, looking else. Okay, so, um, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of Squash City here also. So, we're gonna have Hellcat Hernandez beating up on Millie the Minx. Nope, sorry, she's the heel, beating up on Izzy Quick. This is gonna go 7 minutes. Straight ahead win, decisive, and there you go. And we're also going to have MMA, killing Coco Malloy, under 5 minutes. Dominant performance. Submission victory. There you go. All right. Split these a little bit more. Okay. So, from booking analysis, right. Too much referee. Okay. So, I might have to cut some match times here to do the promos I want to do, but we'll see. Let's do. Explains herself. promo. Rating. I'll just do like my usual stuff, and then we'll see what that does as far as the like this show total goes. We'll do a quick Hellcat in ring. We'll do a post-match angle where Alexis Lee announces something. And yes, I know I'm over. I'll do some editing post-match. Okay, so Ashley Grover. Celebrates. Emma can keep the hold on. It's perfect. Celebrates with Alvarado. The Tameka entering. That storyline. You'll celebrate. Uh, Torres. With belts. Big win for them. We have Rojo walking away from Sweetheart post match. America celebrates. And show. All right, so let's do a bit of hiring. So we are doing it in. Not in the Mid-South, right? Hold on. Yeah, no, totally in the Mid-South. We are going it in the beautiful. Let's see, we're getting 470. So we let's just do locations. Let's do Dallas, Texas. All right. And the other thing we need to do is hire a local worker in the form of Edwards. There we go. First, okay, so So first thing we're doing is we're just getting rid of this Hellcat Izzy match. Like, that takes 7 to 8 minutes. So that's a decent amount. So we're going to cut 2 minutes off of this opener, which can be just a steel show match. Or I guess, yeah. Actually, it can be our high spot opener. There you go. Let's see here. This can also go only 12. This can go even shorter. This can go 4. Okay, yeah, let's start out by changing some referees. So Clinton, you get the job here. You get the job here. This can just be our storytelling match. The storytelling is MMA's kicking ass. Okay, so we're still over. We don't need the ref to do any more. Get this thing on just 1 minute. Only 12 minutes for the title match here. And then Grover Priest can only be 11 minutes. There we go. All right, so there we go. We're live from Dallas, Texas for the Big City Breakdown. As we got a big show, we got our 4-way opener here. We've got Anderson Snyder taking on the Stormfront of Alexis Lee Littlefeather and one Hurricane as they try to rise to the top. Ashley Grove going after another member of Rowan 3 and Tony Parisi. MMA coming back in action after losing last month versus Coco Malloy. One Ice Power versus Little Miss Perfect. After, in a match for the Shockwave title, where the title's on the line for the entire match, not just the first 10 minutes. The debut of Tameka Sky alongside Foxy LaRue against Tex-Mex. Perez and Torres getting their shot at the titles against The Rage. Danielle Sweetheart versus Pamela Rojo after they couldn't get along last month in their tag title shot. And the main event, Alina America versus Suzanne Brazzle after Brazzle attacked America after being the special referee last month. So let's get rolling with the show. I said, let's get rolling with the show. So Brazzle basically explains herself that, she's a legend in this business, and it was totally disrespectful that Alina America basically brushed her off. And now tonight, she's in that ring here in Dallas, Texas, and she's going to take the title and prove that Alina's just another flash in the pan, and she's true brilliance. 31, decent promo, nothing you can really complain about, and, sets up the match for anybody who didn't see the last show. Then we have our opener, as it's Felicia Luck getting the win over Becca Barton, Darkness Cat, and Sona Shai in 10 minutes. And Luck gets the win over Sona Shai. Plain pinfall finish. Pretty okay match. 30 overall. Becca gets a 20. Felicia Luck gets a 21. Darkness Cat, who I'm probably under pushing, gets a 38. And Sona Shai still has a while to go, as this gets a 14. But a big win here, as she gets a win over, member of the Stormfront. And post-match, Luck celebrates to a 36, as I'm continuing her not quite mega push, but a pretty solid push here as part of Queens of American Wrestling. Again, we got a little under 500 people here, so solid stuff. And then, in about that, good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Anderson Snyder get a big win over Alexis Lee Littlefeather and Juana Hurricane in a little over 11 minutes when Ava gets the win over Littlefeather. And the story of the match is Hurricane is sort of dominant when she's in the match. She is, is able to sort of take apart Anderson Snyder. But Alexis is just a little bit slower, a little bit off the game, and Anderson Snyder eventually take advantage, hit a few big moves, and in the end get the pinfall victory over Littlefeather, basically completely clean. And this gets a 49, Snyder gets a 49, Anderson gets a 45, Hurricane gets a 51, and Littlefeather gets a 39. And then post-match, Anderson Snyder celebrated the moves of the crowd, and post-match, Alexis takes the mic and tells Juana, basically, I haven't been thinking about this for the last couple months, after what they did to me a couple months ago, taking me out, and now this. I think it's time. I've had a great career, decades long, and I've loved helping you out, Juana. But, this is my time. I'm done here. I can go until June, but after June, that's going to be the end of my career here in Queens American Wrestling. So at the showdown, win or lose or draw, I'm going to call it. Want to try to talk her out of it. Alexis is like, I'm determined. And with the announcements, Alexis Littlefeather has announced her retirement from wrestling. So yeah, got the email she's retiring, so we're going to set this up. 43, decent promo, and Alexis actually did well here. And then we have Ashley Grover, and this is, it's not quite a squash as Parisi's like an important part of the Ronin, but Grover's like sort of the top babyface part of the line here. And she, she just doesn't quite dominate, but she's like sort of like a level above Grover, Parisi here. And Parisi gets her shots in, but in the long run, Ashley Grover might be a future QAW World Champion, and Parisi is not quite at that level yet. And Ashley Grover gets the big one here, over, as a member of the line. This gets a 50 overall. Ashley gets a 47. Tony Parisi gets a 45. Solid stuff. And post-match, they celebrate to the cheers of the crowd as just put over the fact, Ashley Grover is going to be looking for measurable revenge against the new member of Ronin 4, I guess, Tameka Sky and Foxy LaRue. And then we have MMA killing Coco Malloy in 4 minutes. This is just a dominant win to, get MMA back on the winning track. Malloy tries, but she's a young rookie, and MMA is a dominant MMA competitor, and, somebody who is this close to becoming the QAW World Champion. MMA gets the win here, 52. Coco Malloy gets a 27. And she keeps the hold on for a minute before the ref basically says, take it off or to lose. She raises her arm to the boos of the crowd as the announcers put over. She's still a very dominant threat here in Queens of American Wrestling, as this gets a 33. And then we have Modesty Parlor versus Little is Perfect, and the match gets past the 10 minutes, and it really looks Modesty Parlor is going to get the big win here. But then as Modesty Parlor looks like she's going to get big moves, there's a rough bump, and then out of nowhere, Raquel Alvarado comes up into the ring, hits Parlor from behind with the big clothesline, picks her up, powerbomb. Little Miss Perfect rolls over, pinfall finish. Little Miss Perfect is still your QAW Shockwave champion. This gets a 38. Little Miss Perfect gets a 41. Parlor gets a 22. And a big victory here as Alvarado stands beside Little Miss Perfect as the crowd boos. It seems like Little Miss Perfect had one more trick up her sleeve as this gets a 39. And then after that, we have Foxy LaRue basically saying, if you think we were going to take this line down, the Ronin 4 always look for the best talent in professional wrestling, and they found this woman, Tameka Sky, a bad woman, former basketball star, who's now here to do one thing here in QAW, and that's destroy the line once and for all and prove nobody's better than the Ronin 4. 51, decent promo, and here we go. They have a match, and honestly, Tameka Sky looks dominant. Like, she just throws both Houston and handling Teresa Perez around. Foxy LaRue does her heel stick, cocky heel stick, and it's just too much. Like, Tex-Mex do actually team together eventually. They hit some double team moves. Actually, Sky has to sell a bit, but Sky comes back, throwing them around, and in the end, Sky hits Perez with a huge choke slam right in the middle of the ring and gets a pinfall victory here at Big City Showdown. 54, Foxy gets a 53, Tameka Sky gets a 46. She comes in with some overness like a basketball star. Stanley gets a 44, and Teresa Perez gets a 44 as well. And post-match, the heels celebrate to the boos of the crowd, as the announcers put Ronin 4 might be more powerful than ever. Next up, we have our tag title match. And oof, okay, yeah, I forgot that neither teams have no chemistry as partners, but I still got a 38, which isn't terrible here. And yeah, this is just sort of a straightforward match. Like, the Rage win the tag titles, and they may have something in the future as champions, but right now, Perez and Torres are on the run of their lives. They defeat Anderson Snyder, and now they're here, and they just get the win. Like, this is nothing fancy. Like, it's a pretty typical, tag team match. Hot tags, facing perils, but eventually Perez and Torres fly around, and Pamela Rojo Pinky Perez eventually gets the big pinfall victory over Honey Badger and take the QAW tag team titles in a 38. Torres gets a 36, Pinky Perez gets a 43, Badger gets a 21, and Maureen Puna gets a 20. And post-match, they celebrate with the titles for the cheers of the crowd, and the announcers put over, a big day as they're back at the top of the tag team division here in Queens of American Wrestling. 41, now it's time for our two last matches. As first, Danielle Sweetheart and Pamela Rojo have a very good match here, and they fight, and they try to prove, each other wrong, but it's a totally clean match. Like, Rojo, of course, is a former heel, but, she wrestles totally clean here, but she uses some power to take advantage. And it looks like she's going for several big wins, but Sweetheart eventually fights out of it, and she hits some big suplexes of her own. And it looks like, Sweetheart almost gets a pinfall finish after a big, high angle German suplex but Rojo kicks out the last possible second. Rojo hits some big moves, actually goes up for a big sort of like sit-down powerbomb, but Sweetheart kicks out of that, and eventually Sweetheart actually rolls Rojo into sort of a butterfly lock and has her in that hold as the ref calls for the bell after 20 minutes. And there is no winner here, as this gets a 48. Sweetheart gets a 51. Rojo gets a 37. And post-match, Sweetheart goes for the handshake, but Rojo walks away as it seems she is not ready to, be happy with her former partner here, as this gets a 40. And now it's time for our main event, which is either going to be surprisingly good or really disappointing. Okay, good, solid stuff. Brazzle does her best. She's not a walkover. She may be past her prime, but her prime was really good, and she takes the fight here to the QAW World Champion. But here's the thing. Brazzle is her post-prime, and America is in America prime. She's this top star in QAW for a reason, and eventually, Brazzle just doesn't have enough here. She fights her best, she does her best, but eventually, America does take it, hits a few big moves, wins 1, 2, 3 right in the middle of the ring, nothing to say about it. Brazzle gets a 39, and America gets a 52, and Alina America is still your QAW World Champion. And she celebrates in the show, which gets a 67. I should probably show a promo with her. And good stuff. So pretty solid show here. As overall, we get a 52. So, okay, well, it's shockingly good here. Let's see here. Honestly, this, yeah. Actually, let's give Alexis Lee Littlefeather a hug since she's retiring. Let's say Foxy did a good job. Suzanne, well, actually, you whined about not about jobbing, so you get nothing. Pamela Rojo, you actually Danielle Sweetheart, you're doing this job, doing this feud with Rojo, not complaining. So there you go. So post match, we'll see how our popularity is and all that fun stuff, and then we'll look around the wrestling world for a list of what the AI has been doing as far as women's wrestling. In as this loads. Hey, okay, this is still loading. Come on now. First looks at our email. Okay, yeah, she's retiring. Still 3 months with her, so that's good. All right. TV cameo for Spin Doctor. Okay. Any other big matches here? Okay, women's. So yeah, sort of as if we're looking at the rest of the women's world, Star Spangled Sensation versus Leah Alexander. Sure. Horrifier versus Naomi the Rose. Okay. Jane Robertson versus Joy Ryder. Sure. Christina Charleston versus Victoria Vance. Okay. Lucy Trigg versus Dee Flurmis. And Catherine Goodlooks and Lillian Rose defeated Kelly Nima, Holly Jorgen, and Devil's Daughter. And Debbie Rose is really good. Yeah, Rose and Lily are somebody who I might look at to possibly come in because they're really good. Outside of that, J-Star had a show. Same matches that they've been doing. The Yamadas Diaz feud. Oops, that's RITI. Public Enemy is Caulfield and Alexander. Okay, sure. Joshimania's feud. Yep, that is what that is. Burning Hammer. Mizuno versus Tyra had a 78. Emerald Agent versus Mr. Drag had a 93 because of course they did. But okay. Let's first look at our size. So we're up. Are we up to a 30 yet? No, we're not. Not quite there. Okay. Creative wise, okay. Alina America is still our only franchise player. Next big thing is Felicia Luck and Honey Badger. Hot prospects: Pinky Perez, Darkness Cat, Felicia Luck, Luna Shy, and Lily Snyder. Who's hot? MMA, America, Grover, Parisi, Hurricane. Who's not is Rojo and Perez. So yeah, that's something. Storyline wise, we got Best in the Business at a 44, which I actually probably need to change. Birth of the Furies is at a 50. Holding the Line is at a 50. Perfection versus Modesty is at a 38. Stormfront versus Clenched Fist is at a 33. So then if we look at our roster, again, if we go to major stars, Alina America. So her popularity still at 35, mainly because nobody else to really wrestle that popular quite yet. Ashley Grover, up from a 21 to a 26, so a big jump up there. Danielle Sweetheart, let's see here, is actually back up to a 28, so saved her victory a little bit. MMA is at a 30, so that's actually down a point, which makes sense. Fox LaRue is still at a 28, so there we go. Wanna Hurricanes at a 28, which is down 2 points, I guess, from being off the show. Suzanne Brazzle's at a 31, so there we go. She's sort of our not, and she's not terrible in the ring, but yeah, I mean she's good on psych, so that's good. But honestly, she did offer to put somebody over, who I'm not going to say. And it's interesting. Tameka Sky comes in actually as a pretty over yeah. Let me see here. Oh, huh. Okay, former basketball player. Okay, so I'm gonna say she was in the WNBA for a season or something. And Tony Parisi was at a 30 and she dropped down to 28 after losing. Okay. Interesting. And then if we go down to well-knowns, we have Ava Anderson, who after winning is up 2 points. Elkat Hernandez, who is, at a 27. Oh, no. Mark Green's down 2 points because she lost to Ava. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Sorry, I'm a moron. Hanley's up a point. Interesting. Marina Torres is at a 23, so there we go, up a point. Pamela Rojo is still at a 25, so that's interesting. Running powerbomb, okay. Pinky Perez is also still at a 22. Teresa Perez is at a 22. There you go. Or down a point, actually. And go down to recognizable. Alexis Lee Littlefeather is, I mean, she's also, I've dropped her out a bit. Becca Barton, let's see. How are you doing, buddy? Oh, I still at a 10, which makes sense. Felicia Luck. Have you at least been gaining pop? Yes, you have. Well, you shot at 16, but that's a solid. A Little Miss Perfect. How have me been pushing you? Okay, so you're up another point. Your Puna, did you guys lose any for loot? I mean, no, you actually gained a point, so that's good. Modesty Par is, let's see here. That's your match history. That's your match history. Popularity, okay, so up a point, but there you go. And Alvarado is, need to rebuild her a little bit. If you look at unimportance, it's these gals who, Darkness Cat is somebody who I probably need to rebuild. Nah, only lost a point from her starting point, so not the end of the world. So I mean, there we go. Title-wise, again, still tag team champions is Torres for the first time. Okay. Shockwave champion is still Little Miss Perfect. And your world champion is Alina America. And the question is, who is going to be your next contender? And that's good. Well, we have Battle Bowl, which sounds like a thing where there should be a what's we're looking for here? Where there should be a Battle Bowl. Yeah, again, so there should be a big battle royal, which I might do, or I might actually do the Battle Bowl. See, this has it as a sort of cage thing. So might be the I think Battle Bowl is going to be a big Royal Rumble style. No, actually, I think we're going to do the Battle Bowl style thing, where it's basically it's 16, it's 8 tag teams randomly drawn, and then in a big 8-man battle royal to end the show with a title shot. Yeah, I think that's about it for. So let's look over the rest of the wrestling world. or at least parts that have women involved. So, Joshi had a Kingdom Paradise, but I got an 81. Mikuki Nakajima won the world title, which actually, let me see here. Is that her first title? No, okay, she's a veteran, so yeah. She wins the title for the 4th time. Good stuff. Ensemble Tai and Otso Tsushima defeat Oshi Nishi and Hartsewa. So there we go. In a 70, Maya defeated Katsuka and Kajima to retain the triangle title. Yu Hashimoto defeating Romi Yamamoto. Haga and Sega defeated Lotus and Conspirators on the undercard here. Then we have the Uprising defeated Miyuki Misuta in an Ejibra and a by countout for the tag titles. Interesting. There we go. If we go down to Baltimore Wild, still no shows. I might have to go in the game and actually give them some shows. Canadian Wrestling Alliance, they had Super Slam, which had first Griffin family won the tag titles. Interesting. That's actually quite interesting. Anyway, sorry. Lost Cause, which I guess is Amber Allen and Lauren Eastern, defeated Flame and Nadia Snow. Okay. Brooke Tyler defeated Natalie DeMarco and Sally Ann Christian is 73. Okay, sort of a throwaway title match here. Nina Cades defeated Zoe Amos in a cage match. Just Conrad defeated Sarah Shine. Interesting. Then let's see here. We had J-Star. Did they have any big shows? Let's see here. It's Spirit of Hero, which was main event by Wolf Yamada defeated Itaki Yama to retain the QAW Championship, which I think I showed. No, last show would have been, week 4 March. Mizuko defeated Miku Ashimura to retain the Wrestling Spirit title. And then some other fun matches. So they're doing well. Let's see here. We had US Pro, which I'll go to there. Liberty and Justice had Jason Quinn defeat Sarah Murray and Raven Robinson to retain the Women's Championship. We had then Mayhem Express defeating Team Amazement. And Melody defeated Killer Cass, Missy Masternez, and Glorious Gorilla. So good stuff. Let's see, any other. Yeah, then Jamie Quinn defeated Missy Masterson to retain the women's title, and interesting stuff. So yeah, solid stuff. Again, Battle Bowl will be an interesting show to do. But that's about it. Sort of just booking the show, pushing forward. We're still have a ways to go as far as building up. Because if we look at our show history, we've been around that 50 to 55 to 52 level, so we still need to build stuff as far as that goes. But that's it for now. So if you've enjoyed the show, go ahead and give it a like. Comment below what you're liking and not liking. And of course, subscribe to the channel for plenty of TEW 2020 content like this. My WCW 2005 series, my Ring of Honor series, some Journey of Wrestling, Crusader Kings 3, Victoria 3, and now some Basketball GM as well. But that's it for now, so talk later, and adios. Have a good one.